Well, they are towing the line, and a whole heap of stars. We have just found out that Archie Davis will not start this race, and he's somebody that's got skills over both the 800 and 1500, so shame he's, well, actually, he looks to be there down on the track, doesn't he? He'd come up on our screen as did not start, but Archie Davis is there in his typical Brighton Phoenix vest. Well, that man on the screen is not from Norway, he's from Scotland, and his name is Neil Gourley. And a couple of years ago pushed Jakob Ingebrigtsen very hard at the European Indoor Championships, and I think he'll fancy his chances, Steve, perhaps for a medal at the European Indoors if it's in his sights.
Yeah, you know, for Neil, that's not Neil on the screen there, that was Soldu, I think, but yeah, you saw Neil just before, so sorry, Samuel Chapple there, but, you know, who again will go well, has been running very, very well. The only thing about this is, you know, the Europeans, the selection for the Europeans is, you know, it's like who wants to go type thing. So if they all turn up next week, you know, Joe, we've just seen there, you know, the likes of Archie Davis could spring a surprise. It's 3:37 flat. Tom Keen's not here today. You know, Tom's one of those who's been running well. What about, not quite sure what George Mills is up to. He's a brilliant 3,000. Is that his target? Would he drop into the 1,500? You know, so a lot of questions. I'm looking forward to next week in the championships to see who actually contests the 1,500.
Well, Piers Copeland as well, just to the left we saw, who stormed to victory here 12 months ago at the UK Indoor Championships. Kane Elliott there in that bright pink vest, keep an eye out for him. 1,500 metre champion. There's Alex Bottrell. He ran a pretty good 3:40, 1,500 a couple of years ago. 1:44 man over 800. That speed will come in handy here today. And on the inside, Tom Dodd, always there or thereabouts on a national level. He, with his 3:38, 1,500 best, will challenge, I am sure. And Tom Dodd,
on your marks.
See him indoors, but Neil Gourley, 2 in from the left-hand side. Well, the target for Neil Gourley, 2:17.20, the time set by Charlie Grice back in 2021 in New York. And we've got the splits for that race in front of us here. We know the sort of times that they will need to go, and the pacemaker at the front in that black strip will try and drag them round in 27, 28 seconds, and it's pretty quick. Gourley will have been just around 27 seconds flat, and that's a strong pace, Steve, to start.
Yeah, but not too fast, which I think is the right way to attack the 1,000 metres. If he can just keep this nice and steady, you know, and hit 54.5, and then they can get to 600 in about 121.5, 122, great. That will set it up really nice for the guys. They didn't want a silly 25 first 200, which we didn't get, thankfully.
54 through 400, that's a second and a half quicker than Charlie Grice ran for his British record. Gourley now starting to surge. Chapple in second. Joe Wigfield looking really cool. Back in third at the moment. The man from Wirral ran 1:46 over 800 last summer, which was a big improvement for him. And Archie Davis somewhere in around about fifth at the moment. So Gourley now, as the pacemaker drops out, starts to lead and will have 2 laps on his own at the front in the final 400.
Pacemaking is perfect. They're right on this. I'm heading for something about 2:15, I reckon. Look at Joe Wigfield there. Bottrell still there. Archie Davis not too far away. 4 or 5 men in with a chance still.
Well, Gourley here just with a metre advantage and is starting to wind this one up. Wigfield is still in contention, and Bottrell is going really well in fourth at the moment, with Archie Davis back there in fifth, and Chapple makes a move. 1:48.9 at the bell. That's ahead by a second that the time that Charlie Grice ran for the British record. So Gourley with a bit of work to do. Chapple is there, the Dutch athlete, striding with 100 metres to go. What can Gourley do in response? Bottrell back in fourth, starting to make a move. Wigfield is doing really well here in third, and Chapple is starting to streak away. Chapple is going to take the win here at the Keely Klassic in the men's 1,000. 2:16.11. Gourley in second, Bottrell in third, and Wigfield just holding on for fourth in the end. And 2:16.11 puts him up to third in the world or the European all-time list. So that is a very quick time, and Neil Gourley will have to wait and see the time on the clock, which is, it was very close. 2:16.74. a British record for Neil Gourley.
Yeah, Botch inside the old record as well. He'll be happy with that. So's his coach. Thank you very much. Good job. Really good pacemaking. And you know, the thing about the 1,000 metres is if you want to run in that range, 2:15, 2:16, they were almost perfect at 6 and at 8. Chapple, as I said at the start, has been running very, very well. Not surprised, perhaps, that he gave Neil Gourley something to think about. I don't think